It's your boy Jay coming back at you deep in the Hawaiian jungle. Let's see if we can get this cracking here. Once again having a few computer problems, so bear with us here. Let's see here. Okay, we all mic checked up. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see if we can keep this thing on. Okay. What's good with your book? We see you, big homie. We appreciate you moderating, as always. The best damn moderator in the business. I got to set, I'm having more janky ass computer problems, so I got to set this Barry Bags account as a moderator also, book, because I might have to jump on my wife's account. So that's why you see that. Okay, I'm going to add you as you got to be up. Okay, I'll make you that. Okay, and then boom. Okay. You should be. I'm surprised. Do another comment, babe. Just anything real quick. So I can see, because it should have turned your thing blue.
Yeah.
Just a quick aloha.
Moderator for this.
It said you are? Okay, all right, you good. Okay. Cause I got about 8 computers around here and ain't none of them working. Let me see here. Okay, there you go. Okay. So once again, if this computer cut out, I gotta jump on my wife's phone, and that's the only way I can moderate. So y'all bear with me here. Y'all bear with me. So yeah, we talking we gonna open it up with the war. Oh, what did I do wrong? What the hell did I do wrong? Hopefully I didn't delete nothing. No, we good. We good. We good.
My phone's there.
Is it right there?
Right there.
Okay, I shouldn't need it.
Okay.
But we good. So we branching off into the World War II series, because it's almost like we done exhausted the Middle East. I mean, we'll probably work our way back around there, but we're gonna start talking about some of that old World War II stuff. And I appreciate these likes, big homie, because once again, I'm just trying to make sure this damn computer stays on point here. This damn thing is tripping. So once again, you look at Germany invading Poland, September 1st, 1939. But you gotta backtrack a little bit before you start talking about that initial start of World War II, that initial invasion. Why did the Germans invade Poland? Once again, you got to look at the Treaty of Versailles. They lost a lot of, and it's very similar to what's going on today in the Strait. The Germans lost a lot of territory to the east when they signed that treaty, and it also, knocked a lot of ism off of them. That Germany was not as respected anymore after they signed that treaty. So what they did was they wanted to regain their moxie, if you will, and also regain a lot of territory that they had to give up. So once again, you look at Danzig, that port city in Poland. That's where the initial invasion started. And prior to that, Hitler made a concerted effort, very similar to what's going on here today. Once again, he made a concerted effort to blame the invasion on Poland. He tried to say that, there was a large German population in Poland that was being ostracized, and that they actually wanted the Germans to come in. That's the lie that he told, or the falsehood that he actually told. So he orchestrated a series of false flags to also back up his claim that they needed to invade Poland. And one of the famous false flags is he had a few members of the SS actually going to a radio tower in Germany dressed up as Polish soldiers. And they did an announcement over a German radio station in Polish that pretty much denounced Germany, and that backed up Hitler's claim that, you know, we need to go ahead and go on in here and do this damn thing. So once again, September 1st, 1939, Danzig, it starts, and the Weimar starts to conquer Poland, if you will. A lot of things a lot of people don't realize about that initial invasion or the Weimar is in 1933, there was only about 100,000 individuals in the Weimar. By 1939, it was like 2.5 million. So in other words, they drastically lowered the standards to become part of the Weimar, which means you had a lot of non-trained individuals out there. Who's that? Oh, how you doing, Robert Burns? It's good that you're speaking to me today. I asked you like 4 questions yesterday. You just ignored me. So I assume you want to be called Robert Burns. I'm gonna just make that assumption. I'm glad you're in a better mood today, Robert. And once again, I never got that question answered as far as why you think I'm siding with Israel, but you know, I won't press the issue. So once again, where was I? The numbers went from 100,000. Real talk, yeah. I asked him like 8 times. Asked him about 8 times what he wanted to be called. He ignored that question, I believe. I never got the answer, not unless the chat was moving too fast. And also, he made a comment about me siding with Israel. I just said what made him come up with that comment. So both of the damn questions got ignored. So I'm good, Shaw Sheikh. How you doing, big homie? Aloha to you. 007, are you a Muslim? I'll reverse the question on you. I appreciate that like, big homie. Aloha, Joseph. I appreciate you. Yeah, it was just another day at the office, Joseph. Yep, another day at the office. I hope your 4th was good. I appreciate that like, big homie. So yeah. So once again, the Weimar and that initial invasion into Poland showed military supremacy that has never really been seen in war, where they dominated the air, they dominated the ground, and they dominated the sea. So, but what people don't realize, because of the propaganda machine that the Germans had orchestrated, was Germany took a lot of heat, if you will. I shouldn't say a lot of heat. They lost more than they were owning up to in that initial invasion. They were, as far as their armament was completely depleted. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Going back to that strait in Iran. And fuel and oil was also a problem. So after the initial invasion into Poland, I believe it was roughly what was it, about 66,000 Polish soldiers were perished, and I believe over 100,000 civilians perished in that conflict. So the ethnic Germans that were just outside of Germany and in Poland brought them over to the west of Poland and basically turned them into, I mean, it was more or less a POW camp, if you will. I appreciate that, like, big homie. They more or less made those individuals farm and work to support the German troops. So that's where it all started. That's where it all started. Germany was feeling very good about itself. But like I said, they suffered more than they were letting on. So that was the initial problem, if you will, that they had with the Jewish population. And that's where all you hear all that horrible dialect and horrible stories about the Holocaust that more or less started. with that initial invasion in Poland. I appreciate that like, big homie. Let me see something here. What's good with you, Bobby? We see you, big homie. Aloha to you. God, peace. We're not going to talk bad about our military today, says Bobby Heenan. Well, we just tell the truth up in here, Bobby. It's not about talking good or bad. It's all about telling the truth here. Yeah. Let me see something here. Germany, yeah. Poland took a really bad beating in that initial invasion, if you will. Yeah, it was bad. They put up a few tough fights, but overall, yes, they took a bad beating. Yes, bro. Do you believe that there's anything doable in this earth by a human to deserve infinite punishment? Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, I sure do. I do. Anything doable in this earth by a human to deserve infinite? Yeah, I do. Without a doubt. Let me go back up here. Morning. Okay, make sure, because I'm missing some of this stuff. Let me see here. The truth is that our military is great under questionable leadership. And I'm not just talking about the current administration. Let's see what Bobby says. Sergeant First Class Bobby Heenan. I appreciate that, Hayes. You're making it sprinkle on me this morning. Let me get to Bobby's comment. The truth is that our military is great under questionable leadership. And I'm not just talking about the current administration. Well, all I can do is tell you this, Bobby. Looking at it from a civilian standpoint, a tax-paying civilian standpoint, I think our military is overrated. And I think our military is old. I think when I say our military, the equipment that we're using, and when I say outdated, it doesn't match what's going on in today's military. I mean, how in the hell do you got billion-dollar destroyers being neutralized by $10,000-$15,000 drones? It's outdated. That's the word I'm looking for. Our military is outdated, Bobby. No matter how you shape it, this military is outdated. And also, and I'm glad you're on here right now, Bobby, because what's good with your comments? We see you. What's good with your Hayes? We see you. I appreciate you running them jewels on me. I want your opinion on this, Bobby. P4P. We have the best soldiers under the best NCOs, non-commissioned officers. Well, let me ask you this, and that's a great segue, Bobby. How do you feel about Jack Daniels, a.k.a. Pete Hegseth, bringing all of those generals from around the damn globe into this conference room or into this auditorium so he could go up one side of them and down the other? That does not sound like great leadership coming from a great military. I'm glad you're on here because I've been waiting for a couple of days to ask you that question, because those generals look highly, highly pissed off. The way he was talking about the way they looked, talking about how they were not in shape, talking about it's a bad look. And everyone knows that this military is completely divided, the same way the country is completely divided. I appreciate that like, big homie. Son Siyasni yet, Ron Nanistavai. We see you. So I want your opinion on that, Bobby. Niner, he's not, but you could reach. Thank you, Hayes. I appreciate that, Hayes. And once again, somebody like that that's asking a silly ass question like that, I ignore that BS. Because that means their mother did not give them enough attention. I appreciate that like, big homie. What's good with you, Costa? So I'm waiting, Bobby. I'm waiting for your reply as far as that goes. I thought that was one of the worst, most embarrassing moments in military history for the United States. He's going to bring all them generals from around the globe, sit them down in this auditorium, and go up one side of them and down the other. And they had a look on their face like, boy, do you know the sacrifices I done made when your ass was still basically a little kid? I'm waiting for that reply, Bobby. How do you feel about that? LOL, our officers are out of shape. That's what happens when you become a politician after the rank of major LTC. I'm not sure what LTC stands for, but I would imagine lieutenant something. So you agreed with what he did. Well, the reason why, Bobby, I feel like, even if you're right, because you would know better than me. I'm sure you know a lot more officers than I know. I appreciate that, like, big homie. But what was so bad was he could have sent out a memo. He could have done a podcast, a private podcast with all of them. Why would you bring, you think it's okay to bring all of those generals that have sacrificed countless years of their life for this country and go up one side of them and down the other in front of the international community? How can you, do you believe that was okay? Do you think Israel has dirt on Trump? It's called the 40 gigs. Of course they do. It's called the 40 gigs. Why does he do their bidding? Why does he do their bidding? When you say he does their bidding, I have no idea what you're talking about. I understood the first part of your question, but the second part, I have no idea. Here we go. Here's Bobby. I need to listen to this black man to know about the lost tribe of Judah and Egypt. We're going to be getting to that in the future, Biz. It's true. Our officers attempt to cook the books on unit readiness, which is physical fitness, but I personally would not have did it in public. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. And that's my whole point. And that goes back to your, I appreciate that, like, big homie. And that goes back to your initial comment, Bobby, about how we have the greatest military in the world. How can we have the greatest military in the world when the leader wants to make his subordinates look horrible in public? That negates your initial comment, Bobby. And I'm not even in the military, and I feel that way. That was horrible. And another thing, Bobby, I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious. Pete Hegseth has a lot of personal issues. And how can you be the Secretary of Defense? I will never call him no damn Secretary of War. How can you be the Secretary of Defense and you have all of these major personal issues, but you come on the podcast, Bobby, and you say that we have the greatest military in the world? Well, we done lost, and also not to bring up, we done lost the last damn 3 wars. We lost in Iran, we lost in Iraq, and we done lost in Afghanistan. Yes, I agree with that. But he is a NCO, non-commissioned officer, and we all feel like that towards the lazy officer. Bobby, that's still that. Once again, Bobby, you are negating your initial comment even further, because you're sitting here saying, and we feel that towards lazy officers. So once again, united we stand, divided we fall. Obviously, this military is not united. So how can we be the greatest military in the world? And not to mention them 3 L's that we just took. Renames his office Department of War, loses anyway, says Chemistry. Exactly. I believe what Chemistry is saying is they renamed the office the Department of War, and they lost the damn war anyway. I couldn't agree with you more, Chemistry. Bro, Netanyahu gave a big statement today to America. When J.D. Vance said that Israel doesn't have any major ally left, so they should respect America, then Netanyahu said that India also stands with us. I don't know. I'm not Modi. I'm not in Modi's administration. Maybe they do. Maybe India does. I'm not sure. Like I said, going back to World War II in Germany, you look at the propaganda that they was spewing, and then you look at the damn truth. You don't know what these administrations are thinking behind closed doors. Was this not about World War II? Sorry, just confused. Yeah, I know 2362. The chat sometimes gets skewed. Let me see what Bobby's got to say. NCOs lead the way. However, I would not, as a leader, talk bad about leadership in public in front of the subordinates. And once again, Bobby, we're eye to eye there. So how can you say, Bobby, that we're this great military? Going back to your initial comment, you're contradicting your initial comment, Bobby. Sergeant First Class Heenan. Let's get it together, sir. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go, Bobby. Let's get in lockstep, Bobby. Let's go. This is my weapon and this is my gun. This is for, this is for fighting and this is for fun. This is my weapon and this is my gun. This is for fighting and this is for fun. Ho Chi Minh was a son of a bitch. Blue balls, what was it? What is it? I watched it last night. Blue balls, crab, and the 7-year itch. Real talk, but aloha, Jonas. We see you. Ho Chi Minh. Yeah, I watched it last night. I had the damn movies wrong, and I had Richard Gere's name wrong. I was calling him Seagar. That's Mayo. Let me see what Bobby got to say. So once again, Bobby, how are you going to defend that contradiction? We're great because when it comes down to it, mission first is the objective above all. I'll put my section cooks against their best because we have better training and logistics. Bobby, let's analyze your statement. I'm watching Major Payne last night, says Hayes. Okay, when it comes down, okay, Bobby, we're great because when it comes down to it, mission first. Bobby, okay, I'm back. Starling trip for a second. Bobby, the mission that you were called upon to accomplish, rooting out terrorism, as I stated a few days ago, Bobby, everybody in this country feels less safe. How can you say that, Bobby? Are you a hardcore atheist, bro? Can you debate about it? Says King. Well, King, maybe one day we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that when I do an atheist podcast like I've done twice right now. Right now, we're trying to stay on track as far as the military and World War II. And no, King, I won't debate you because debating means I'm trying to change your opinion, and I don't try to change people's opinion. I'll give you my reasoning behind that. Bing Bong said, what's good with you, Mr. Fish? What's good with you, Jovan? What's good with you, Sarah? I see you're cooking these little boys. I'm going to drop a like and move along. The painting sessions are my gig. Blessings. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate you. So once again, Bobby, the mission that you were involved in was a failure, Bobby. I appreciate that like, big homie. How can you say those things? There's a lot of contradictions here, Bobby. Question, Shank. Does someone not believe if in God mean they don't know right from wrong, says Hayes. No one cares about Trump anymore, says King. What is that discussion? We was talking about World War II and the invasion of Poland. Like I said, I was trying to switch it up a little bit for the monologue, but once again, I usually follow the chat, and I appreciate that like, big homie. But I'm trying to get Bobby to back up a lot of his statements. Heenan, Sergeant First Class Heenan, says that we have the greatest military ever. It's hard for me to explain to you as a civilian how good we are. When it's crunch time, you can put us under the worst conditions and we'll meet the commander's objectives. But Bobby! Crunch time? Crunch time? Did I hear Bobby? Like, where the hell is Osama bin Laden? Oh, I don't know. I can't find him. I don't know. And he's hiding in a damn house in Pakistan. Crunch time, Bobby? Like the straight? Like signing the future of this country away to Iran just so you can bring down the price of damn oil for the summer? Are you kidding me? Crunch time, Bobby? If there was ever a time to show how powerful we were in crunch time, it's been the last 4 months. And I've seen nothing. I don't know what war you're looking at, Bobby. Like I say on here every day, them Iranians is partying on the mothership like it's New Year's Eve. I think Germany was smart for having the camps in Poland, since they wouldn't need to face the guilt in their country if they lost, says 2362. I completely disagree with that. There is no excuse to start those POW camps. There is no excuse at all. None whatsoever. And I appreciate that like, big homie. That reminds me, I got a tour tomorrow. So I'll be on later in the afternoon tomorrow. I won't be on in the morning. So doing a genocide in another person's land, exactly, Hayes. I don't agree with that at all. What's Bobby saying? Again, how do you quantify a loss for our military? When you just surrendered, Bobby? What planet are you on? You surrendered twice. You surrendered to hell 3 times. You basically surrendered in Afghanistan. You left there. Mission not accomplished. You left Vietnam a mess, unaccomplished. And look at what the hell is going on in the Strait. Bobby, I can't find an American besides somebody from the military. You can't find out one damn civilian that's not ultra MAGA that says the U.S. won that damn war in the Strait. Bobby, that was an embarrassment. As I said, I'm 56 years old and I've never been more embarrassed in all my days of the U.S. military the way I have the last 4 months. That was embarrassing, Bobby. You gave up the Strait, Bobby. You lost the petrodollar by some people living in the hills with a $15,000 drone. And what made it even worse, that monkey at 1600 kept getting on the damn camera saying, well, their military's done. This is done. Their navy's at the bottom of the sea. And he still signed away the future of this country. No, I'm not saying that we're good for making camps. I think it's smart for them. No, I once again, 2362, I completely agree. Disagree, I'm sorry. I couldn't disagree with you more. And the reason why that wasn't smart, 2362, I believe that's what your number was, is because to this very day, Germany has that stigma on them. That's just one example why it wasn't smart. And another thing, I mean, they basically destroyed Berlin after that. I mean, what was so smart about that? Because of what the Germans did, the same way they leveled Warsaw was the same way Berlin got leveled. There was nothing smart about what the Germans did. UK is done, no saving. I have no idea what America's talking about. UK is done, no saving it. Oh, okay, that's what. Well, I wouldn't say that. Anytime, in America, anytime you got the most powerful currency on the planet, you're never done. Can't blame the troops. It's who's in charge, says old grouchy guy. Let me make sure I didn't miss nothing from Bobby. That's the craziest shit I heard today. No, I'm not saying. Okay, let me go back up in here. I don't know if I missed something from you, Bobby. Also, by the way, we have y'all heard about the UK Gov is doing. They are imposing their on YouTube by suggesting you media like the BBC and CNN to make its population more liberal. UK is doomed. Nah. And like, once again, that goes right back to the World War. I appreciate that like, big homie. That goes right back to the World War II discussion. That's the same way they thought about the UK when the Germans did what they did in London. UK, it's gonna be hard for the UK to be done. Like I said, you'll know the UK is done when that British pound starts to truly lose its value. And it's my understanding that's still the most valuable currency on the planet. Yo, maybe read what I said before Paradise. I gotta go back up, man. What's good with you, JP? My attempt to make this back to World War II failed. No. We getting back to, we right on World War II. I lost Bobby. That's what I was talking to. This war against Iran has nothing to do with us. When you say us, but somehow we're involved. Like I said, I can't. When you say us, has nothing to do with America. Like I said, it's too hard for me to dissect when people say us and we. Who? No, that's a lie. Are you serious? That literally stated that they will be doing that. Let me go back up here and see what Fish said. What I said before, perish. I don't know, Fish. You're gonna have to repost it, whatever you said. You're gonna have to repost it. Like I said, I'm one guy here and the chat is moving like this. I'm having 10 different conversations. 36,500 eliminated by Khamenei regime in 2 to 3 days, and Israel killed 70,000 in 2 years. Who is more evil? They're both evil. There is no such thing as who's more evil. That's both being evil. What's a completely useless superpower you secretly love to have? What? Oh, that's silliness. What's good with your Poland Ball Productions? We see you, big homie. It's good to see you. It's good to see you back on the scene here. Mr. Fish says, no way. I don't know who you're talking to, Fish. Shawshank, I say some people who try to justify mass death are pathetic cowards. Yeah, I couldn't agree with Machismo more. You're exactly right. YouTube is privately owned. Nobody has freedom of speech on private platforms. Well, to a certain extent, YouTube is privately owned, because YouTube is owned by Google, which is actually a publicly traded company. So, what up? Says Cedar. I'm not justifying, but just stating facts, says King. Oh, he's fake, not real Poland Ball, says Mr. Fish. Facts, Machismo. I'm a Polish. Yeah, okay. What happened to Bobby? I thought Bobby was talking to me about the whoop. Cedar. Kid, thank you, Hayes. Exactly. Get the hell out of here. Just with your damn silliness, get the hell out of here. So once again, going back to World War II. Then you had the situation where the Germans would put out this propaganda. The propaganda machine was in full effect with Joseph Goebbels. After the initial invasion in Poland, you had a U-boat somehow got past the security of Scapa Flow, sunk a old British warship, and that was the propaganda that Hitler needed to get more individuals to enlist in the German Navy. And just like the documentary said, those young soldiers had no idea of the mistake that they were making, because they say up to 70 to 80% of U-boat operators lost their lives in World War II. So, but once again, the propaganda machine, which you see today with MAGA, says one thing, but the reality is something else. So Hitler loved the fact that they sunk that old British warship in Scapa Flow up in northern Scotland. So, and Hitler also, he really, really liked the U-boat commanders, because that represented the youth of Germany. So once again, that was fuel for the propaganda machine. Everyone pumped out propaganda. Uncle Sam needs you. All the posters plastered everywhere. Yep, old grouchy guy is exactly right. What's good with you, Jeff? We see you, big homie. We see you. Air Black to World War II. I have no idea what Fish is talking about. Air Black to World War II. I have no idea. Everyone pumped out propaganda. Fish. It's called the Blitzkrieg. My great grandparents fought in World War II, I believe you're saying. And out of 5, 1 survived, which is the only reason that I'm here today, served in the Soviet Army, says Fish. And it was also called when France mobilized to the west of Germany, and they had that standoff. It was not only called the Blitzkrieg on Germany's end, but that was called the Zagskrieg In other words, the staring war or the waiting war. So it wasn't all blitzkrieg, but when you talk about the Weimar, yeah, that was quick. It took 36 days, 36 days to take over, to completely take over Poland, which is a short period of time, a very short period of time. And that's what I expected out of the U.S. military, Bobby, in the Gulf, in the Strait. I was expecting a performance like that. MAGA is propaganda, just like the Third Reich was more than 80 years ago. Yeah, I agree with that, JP. I completely agree with that. MAGA is a lot of propaganda. And you got a lot of MAGAs that buy into that propaganda. World War III didn't even I think he was talking about, I think he meant World War II. Yes, it did. 2362. I'm not sure what you mean by yes, it did. No, World War I was the Roman War, says Mr. Fish. MAGA is nothing like the Third Reich. MAGA is ignorant. The Third Reich was evil. Yeah, to a certain extent, yeah. But I also believe MAGA is very similar. I believe they're very similar to the Third Reich. In other words, just like with the false flags. Once again, these fake assassination attempts, that's nothing but a false flag for MAGA to employ more control over the U.S. population, the same way Hitler incorporated a number of false flag events prior to invading Poland. World War II was World War I, and World War II was World War I, says Fish. Long live Israel. And bye, bro. Take care. Aloha, King. We see you. We see you. Aloha, JP. So once again, we're going to, over the next few days, we're going to continue to explore more of World War II. But it seems like no matter what, it always goes back to Israel and Palestine. So we'll try to stay on topic here. No, MAGA isn't the same. Third Reich believed in white supremacy. Yeah, unlike MAGA? Am I reading my damn screen right, nationalists? You got to be damn kidding me. A prime example is, I'll give you a prime example of how, what do you say? I'll give you a prime example as far as white supremacy goes with MAGA. The way they took away 3.5 million EBT cards from people to give a tax break to the ultra rich. Now, you tell me who the ultra rich is in this country. That's a prime example right there. When you have a large number of MAGA, but you also have a large number of minorities on EBT. There's a white supremacy. And once again, find people on both sides. When you got people walking around talking about Jews will not replace us. You mean to tell me MAGA is not? Give me a damn break. MAGA may be worse than the Third Reich. Holy shit, this man is crazy. Yeah, dramatic supremacy. Give me a damn break. I believe that's who Hayes is talking about, nationalists. No. I don't think so. You can try to run that drag all you want and say it was just for Germany. If that's the case, dramatic supremacy, why did they put a lot of ethnic Germans in these camps? If that's the case, that defeats your statement right there. If it was all about dramatic supremacy, nationalists, that makes no sense. MAGA has people like Clarence Thomas. Well, you mean you forgot to put two words before Clarence Thomas? Uncle Tom Clarence Thomas. Uncle Tom Clarence Thomas. And once again, no, MAGA doesn't have people like Clarence Thomas, because that's what you fail to realize, nationalists, as a black man. As a black man, we all know that no matter any black person that sides with MAGA, they'll never make it into that inner circle. Everyone knows that. There's that supremacy right there. You can just look at his damn cabinet. Look at his cabinet, nationalists. Got no blacks in it at all. He's got pretty much Marco Rubio is the only brown thing, semi-brown thing in there. So once again, that defeats your point again. Some of this were, let me see. It always goes back to Israel, Palestine, because people can't wait to hop on the blame train, says Fish. This is true, Fish. And somewhere is this world, and somewhere in this world, their claim. I didn't get that. ICE is MAGA, Gestapo, and Trump. Thank you, 1054. Thank you. Just 80 damn years later. Thank you. Thank you, 1054. I think I might have missed one from Law earlier. Nick Fuentes is a white supremacist, and he's well known, says Law. There you go. There you go. You're getting example after example after example, nationalists. Once again, and I go back to his first term with fine people on both sides. We are moving off topic again, 2362. How? 8632 is throwing up the Palestinian flag, which he probably doesn't know a damn thing about the Palestinians. Nick Pedro Fuentes, LOL. So once again, nationalists, you had 3 or 4 people comment about your false statement, and I see you have no reply. Now you're trying to change the subject. I appreciate that like, big homie. Did I miss something from Law earlier? I thought I missed. Oh, there we go. Many of the Third Reich were ignorant. How many people said we're just following orders? There you go, says Law. There you go. And that's why I think 2363, it happens. Shit bounces around, says Hayes. Fish says, cough, cough. Why do you assume I don't support Palestine? 8632 says. Why do you assume I don't support Palestine? I never said you don't support Palestine. If I did say that, I misspoke. I said, obviously you support Palestine because you have the flags up. So if I said you don't, I might have misspoke. Third Reich hated Slavs, by the way. They were dramatic supremacy, says nationalists. Nationalists, the bottom line is, you see the mirror. You see the similarities 80 years over. You see the way the Third Reich handled World War II, and you see how MAGA is handling this conflict in the Strait. They're mirror images of each other. False flags. Propaganda. The list goes on and on and on. Nick Fuentes also hates Slavs. What's your point? 1054. MAGA is literally just like the Nazis. Proud Boys work like the Storm Attachment. ISIS, Gestapo, J.D. Vance is a wannabe Himmler. There it is, right in the chat for you. There it is. MAGA is a fascist movement, says 8632. Yeah, I mean, a blind man could see that, sure. There's literally no difference between 1940 Nazis and MAGA. I've seen this since 2016, says 1054. There you go. Find people on both sides. You know, it's nationalists will not, he won't comment about that one. He's got no comment there. Sorry, 2017. Well, I would agree with you when you said 2016. That's the year he got elected. So it started in 2016. No, you was right the first time. You seem to think I'm your opponent. You seem to agree with more. You seem to agree with more than we disagree. I don't think anybody's my opponent or my foe. I don't think you're my friend or foe. But if you say something that I don't agree with, I'm gonna call it out. And that doesn't make me right, and it doesn't make you wrong. That's just your opinion. I'm just giving my opinion. Here we go. Y'all don't got shit talking about MAGA. My family barely. Y'all don't got shit talking about MAGA. My family barely made it out of World War II. If y'all liberals think that MAGA is even close to Nazis, then there's something wrong with you. Also, I don't really care about MAGA. All I can just tell you this, Fish. And I believe yesterday, this is according to you, your description. You said you look like the average white boy. Fish, you will never know. You will never know the effects of MAGA in this country because you're white. You're white. I guarantee you go around asking black people or another minority. I appreciate that like, big homie. Or another minority. Is MAGA similar to the Third Reich? And I guarantee you get a completely different answer. Bounced around and stands on Trump. He isn't a staunch Republican. That's the same drag they try to run law. That's the same drag that somebody else tried to run, that Nick Fuentes isn't a staunch Republican. They say he's far right wing. If you read his Wikipedia, read Nick Fuentes' Wikipedia, then come back and talk to me, nationalists. You randomly attacked as being ignorant about Palestine just because I posted. Well, 8632, here's your chance to prove me wrong. Who started the PLO? And I want the answer quick, 8632. Who started the PLO? I'm waiting for you. 8632. Who started the PLO? It's taking you too long. It's taking you too long. Who started the PLO? What's the PLO? In other words, you have no idea. It took you long enough. Yeah, you wouldn't Googled it. It took you long enough. You wouldn't damn Googled it. What year did the PLO start? That's how I know you can come up with these answers fast. That's how I know you can come up with these answers. You on Google it. You're not coming up with them fast enough. What year was the Black September? It's taking you too long. It's taking you too long. See, when you want to just spam the chat, it's quick. You have no proof that I'm using. I do have proof that you're using Google because it's taking you too long. And once again, I asked you about the Black September, and I still got no damn answer because you needed time to stall. In the succession, I'll give you another one. In the succession, what number is in the PLO succession? What number is Yasser Arafat? See, it's taking you too long. That's how I know you don't know. That's how I know you don't know. There you go. What number was Arafat in the succession? That's why I say you don't know a damn thing about the Palestinians. Thank you. Thank you for them emojis. That's why I say you don't know anything about the Palestinians. Where you at? So you go and hide instead of having the Gugachis to say, I don't know. Also, I find it funny that one needs to be an expert on Middle Eastern history to realize that Palestine is being oppressed by Israel. Well, once again, I'm not going to even go down that road because you get people on the other side that say the exact opposite. So we're not going to even do that today. I just don't see the point you're trying to make. Okay, well, that's your problem if you don't see the point I'm trying to make. He's the one that kept saying that I'm questioning his knowledge about the Palestinians. And I'm giving him a quiz about the Palestinians, and he's failing miserably. So the reason why you don't understand the point is because you don't want to understand the point. And once again, he failed the test miserably. And it looks like he probably got mad and left because he's embarrassed. I could have quizzed his ass all damn day, but he's gone. He left, obviously, because he's embarrassed. No, I'm asking why you attack me for posting, and you just attack my person for no reason. No, you're the one that said that I'm attacking your knowledge about the Palestinians. And I'm quizzing you. I'm giving you a chance to prove me wrong, and you're not. Because you coming here posting, I appreciate that. Whoever made it, I appreciate that, Zane. Making it rain up in here for me, big homie. I appreciate that. No, I didn't. So once again, 8632. I asked you another question, and you've had time to Google it 8 times by now. What line of succession was Yasser Arafat in the PLO? Since you have all this knowledge about the Palestinians. Why you attacking my person? Well, you can frame it how you want. You can frame it how you want. Yeah, I know. Not, it's always who cares when people don't know the answer to the damn question. It's always who cares. My point is, you coming here claiming that you support Palestine, and my point is, I don't think you know a damn thing about the Palestinians. And I just proved that. Yo, Paradise, go back and read my message. No, Mr. Fish, if you want me to go back and read your message, buy a damn super chat. I appreciate that, Zane. I appreciate it. And stop being so damn cheap. I'm talking to a lot of people here. Buy a damn super chat if you want me to read your message. People do it all damn day long. That's your opinion, Fish. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. And I don't deal with opinions. Israel is genociding Palestine. Some succession line doesn't change that. Well, all I can do is tell you this. The bottom line is, you came in here, and once again, that's your opinion. You came in here spewing, throwing up the Palestinian flag, and I'm basically calling you out saying that you don't know a damn thing about the Palestinians. So I'm talking facts here, and you're talking opinion. Fish, shut up, Jew. We don't care. Yeah, you're exactly right, Fish. I will. But let's see if book is available. Chris Braun, 8803. Chris Braun, 8803. He's all yours, sir. Fish is exactly right. We can have a discussion without coming with the racist comments. Chris Braun, 8803. He might be up a few from you. He's all yours. Nah, that's Zane you deleted. Nah. Let me bring Zane back. Unhide. You unhidden, Zane. Nah, that's the wrong one. I get him. Where is it? Where was he? Let's see here. Where was that person? Nah, I done lost his ass. Where is he? Where is that damn person? Thank you, book. I appreciate that, big homie. The best damn moderator in the fucking business. I appreciate that. Zane, give us another comment to let us know that you're still here. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Sometimes we make them mistakes. Sometimes I do that shit sometimes too. Hans, greetings from Greece. What's good with you, Hans? We see you. Oh, we just talking the same old. We just talking the same old up in here. Just waiting and debating. Yep. After some time in the Middle East, I'll learn that both the Jews and the Muslims think that they're the chosen people in the Bible, and that's what they fight over. You can say that again, AD. Yeah, and that's the reason why I entertain a lot of these opinionated comments more. I don't entertain these opinionated comments more and more. Because, I mean, we're not getting anywhere with everybody just giving their opinion and not giving a lot of facts. You're right. Absolutely right. Damn, I'm so convinced now, says Awad. Why does someone need to know the history of a people in order to not want them to be genocide? Because if they knew the history of the people, maybe their opinion about how they're being treated may not be the same. Well, the school of thought that I come from is you shouldn't be in here promoting anything if you don't even know the damn history of the people. The basic history of the people. I find that to be disrespectful of the people that you're so-called rah-rahing for. And we don't even know a damn thing about them. Like I use the example all the time in here. That's like me sitting in a sports bar saying, "Go Browns, go Browns, go Cleveland Browns, go Browns." And somebody goes, "Well, do you even know why they're called the Browns?" And you go, well, no, I have no idea why they're called the Browns. I'm just rooting for them. A person will look at you like you're fake. That's the first thing they would say. You look stupid. You're fake. Pretty much anybody that supports anything knows the basics of what they're supporting, and you don't even know the basics of what I'm asking you. Well, that's your opinion, 8632. No, rooting for a sports team to win is not even comparable to a group of people being genocided. No, I'm just using it as an example. I'm using it. I could use a million other examples. That's just like somebody rah-rahing for Germany and don't know a damn thing about the history of Germany. I could use a million examples. You in here rah-rahing 8632, and you're pissed off now because I made you look silly in front of the whole damn chat because you don't know the basics about the flags you're throwing up. And I just proved that to you. And I could continue to prove that if I wanted to waste more time. Not too bad. How about yourself? Okay, well, if I discuss you, 8632, but let's see here. But we'll do you the honors, 8632. We'll get you out of it. We'll get your ass out of this sling right now. Let's see here. 8632. 8632 with that janky ass screen name that nobody can read in the beginning. He's all yours, sir. He's begging to be hidden from this damn channel. So we'll do him a favor because I made him look like a damn fool. I'm going to enjoy watching this one. 8632. I can't. Well, I can't hear you. 8632. What did you say? I can't. You were calling me. What? I can't hear you. I appreciate that, book. Thank you, sir. The best damn moderator in the damn business. I appreciate that, big homie. The hell out of here, 8632. People just cheering for the Knicks in the finals and don't know about this. Thank you, Law. And Law, and the bad part about it, Law, they probably don't even know about Willis damn Reed. That's what that 8632 sounded like. That's why he got so pissed off. The hell out of here. What's your quarrel with Nazi Germany? Says Holy Man Jupiter. Well, I guess you're talking about what's my problem with Nazi Germany. I have a lot of problems with what the Nazis did. A lot of problems. I mean, how much time do you have? It starts with Poland, the initial invasion, putting out all that damn propaganda that Poland was the aggressors. In other words, Poland made us go in there and neutralize them. The same way that monkey in 1600 tried to come with that drama about the Iranians. caused all this so-called trouble. We need regime change. And they're building this weapon and that weapon. He just needed an excuse to run up over there. We can start there. Thank you. Thank you, Book. I appreciate that, big homie. The best damn moderator in the damn business. Hey, Unc, what do you think about Tucker Carlson supporting a third party? You know what, Law? At this point in time, whether it's Tucker Carlson or anybody else, I can't blame anybody for wanting to support a third party because this is a mess. This country is this close to third world damn status. This close. And I know you get people in here that laugh at that statement because they live in a damn dream world. Yeah, this two-party system that we have that has dominated this country, no. A new third party that's comparable to these first two parties is needed. And it was needed a long damn time ago. Yeah. Regardless of what people think about Tucker Carlson, including myself, I support the fact that, I think you're saying he either wants to start a third party or is in cahoots with a third party. Yeah, I completely agree with that. He stuck his foot in his mouth, Zane, had to go. Real talk. Like, what do you mean? Like I said, you can't put like in a question mark. I'm talking to 10 damn different people. It's amazing how certain amount of people in this chat are so self-centered. You got to refresh my memory what we were talking about. I'm talking to 5 damn different people here. Ban Tucker Carlson, he evil. Well, that's your opinion. Tucker is a grifter. Be careful listening to people like that, says Machismo. Yeah, that's his opinion. Yeah, and I would agree. Tucker Carlson has a lot of bad points, but the one point I do agree with is there should be a third party. That's the independent party is not comparable to the Republicans and the Democrats. You need a third party that can hang in an election, that's relevant in a national election. Ooh, I didn't know that, says Zane. I'm not sure what he's talking about because he is damn smart, says CD. I'm not sure who CD's talking about. If you're talking about me, I appreciate it because he has to be a mouthpiece. Because he has to be. A mouthpiece has to be seen, says old grouchy guy. We're already a third world country, 1634 says. Yeah, in a certain respect, in certain instances, yes, we are. Without a doubt. And a lot of people do not accept that. A lot of people still want to live this so-called fantasy that America is the so-called greatest country on the planet and all that good stuff when the polls that I see, that ideology is steadily waning. All you got to do is walk the damn streets of America to see that. What, Mr. Fish, you probably support Trump. Let me see here. At this point, we should realize that any party that comes in the power would be a puppet, says Zane. Well, let me ask you this, Zane. A puppet to who? A puppet to whom? No, don't support Trump because he portrayed Israel on freeing Lebanon. He betrayed Israel on freeing Lebanon from removing Hezbollah from the Lebanese government. The Lebanese people deserve their freedom just like the Russians and the Iranians, says Mr. Fish. Well, because he betrayed Israel on freeing Lebanon. Well, them 40 gigs did that. And I still feel like Israel has complete control over Trump. So, and that's what I'm saying. The second shoe hasn't dropped yet on the whole Hezbollah, Israel, U.S. triangle. So that statement there is a little premature, Fish, in my opinion. The independent party used to be comparable until it got pushed out. Less division, less control, says old grouchy guy. And that's very true. You need a third party in this country that's comparable. I have friends who live in Lebanon, and are in my university, says Mr. Fish. Well, the thing about Lebanon is, the whole thing with Lebanon is, you almost have to question their sovereignty, because you have two factions that have basically taken control of that country. That's Hezbollah, and you see Israel and ran up in there 4 damn times. So it's almost like you have to, I appreciate that light, big homie. You almost have to question the sovereignty of Lebanon. I mean, can Lebanon take care of themselves or not? Because from what I can see, no. Mr. Fish, let's get this straight. I don't like Israel and Zion's. Invisible road construction, columns, closed roads, and no work is the main thing that is plaguing this country. We are talking local level. I have no idea what 1634. You have a hell of a lot more. You have a hell of a lot more plaguing this country than road construction, invisible road construction, cones closed, roads, and no work. You have a hell of a lot more problems in this country than that. Let's not all laugh at the same damn time if you think the problems in this country start and stop there. And they want to get rid of their government, and they deserve their freedom. Lebanon was prospering before it became Muslim. Just search it up. Christianity was thriving there. Yes, this is true. And that is true. Lebanon was actually, I believe Beirut was actually one of the #1 tourist destinations at one time. And they want to get rid of their government. I believe you're saying that Israel wants to get rid of the. Like I said, it's so hard for me to comment when y'all with these there and theys. I don't understand how people just can't be more descriptive. It's been like 150 years since a third party candidate won, says Law. That's a long damn time, old grouchy guy. Yeah, like South America is prospering because they are fully Christian, right, says Zane. I'm only talking about invisible road construction because I've already accepted the fact that people have chosen their fate. Well, that's your opinion, Garrison. I mean, you can't speak for 350 million Americans. I mean, you don't know who's chosen their fate and who has not chosen their fate. Let's strip big business of all the donations, make payoffs illegal again. You will see a difference in all government. And I definitely agree with that. A lot of these elections are bought. I completely agree with that. Yeah, I mean, it's fixed. Directly or indirectly, these elections are fixed. You really don't know who the American people want. With all, like he just stated, with all the campaign donations, with all the, whether you want to call it voting fraud or voting restrictions, you don't know what this country really wants. The Jews were almost wiped out by genocide. Now they genocide. How ironic, says 9187. Yeah. Yeah, that is true to a certain extent, yes. Zane, you could obviously see how Lebanon was thriving before Muslims took it over. It's history and it's facts, and you can't disprove it. Lebanon was thriving before well, I'll put it to you like this, Fish. Thriving, that term is, I mean, everyone has a different opinion of thriving. I mean, shit, somebody driving a brand new damn Honda Accord would feel like they're thriving. Or somebody that's used to driving a Lamborghini would look at that person like they're living like a pauper. So the word thriving, that's all a bit. That's from what side of the fence you're looking at. Well, Mr. Fish, see, these terrorist organizations have been funded by CIA and Mossad. Don't believe me? Go and see the Epstein files. These terrorist organizations have been funded by CIA and Mossad. Don't believe me? Go see the Epstein files. Yeah, I believe that to a certain extent, Zane, without a doubt. So genocide is nothing special then. I have no idea what 9187 is talking about or who he's talking to. Beirut was an incredible city. Yeah, it was. At one time, like I said, it was a top tourist attraction on this planet at one time. Thought that was common knowledge, Zane, about who makes and pays for the terrorists. Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. At this point, thriving like pre-revolution Iran. Well, that's the thing, Zane, and that's a good point you make, because once again, it goes back to a person's definition of thriving, because pre-revolution Iran had to get weapons from the United States. So how much are you really thriving when you don't even have the production facilities to produce your own weapons? So that's what I'm saying. The word thriving, that is a matter of what side of the fence you're on. It's about them 40 gigs. Real talk, book. Okay, let me search it up. If terrorist organizations were really funded by Israel, and also no one is thriving, but I meant the Lebanon's condition has worsened over the years of Muslim control. Let me read Law's comment. I'm gonna go back to you, Fish. Low IQ people don't understand the difference between correlation and causation. There you go. Now, what do you say again? Let me see what Fish said. Let's search it out. If terrorist organizations were really funded by Israel, and also no one is thriving, but I meant that Lebanon's condition has worsened over the years of Muslim control. Well, this is what you also have to look at. This is what you also have to look at, Fish. Well, because I'm starting to really drill down into what you're saying. You keep saying that the Muslims have ruined Lebanon. But I don't hear you saying anything about the four times Israel ran up into Lebanon. If anything, the Israelis have caused more problems in Lebanon than the Muslims. They showed a lot of disrespect for Lebanon in 82 to 2000. Yeah, they occupied the damn country for 18 years. I don't understand what your point is here, Fish. Just like the Laden family still get millions of Bin Laden family still get millions of dollars to current date assets. They probably are. I wouldn't doubt it. Here's Marita. Oh shit. Aloha, Marita. We see you. The Israeli government has been involved in assisting or empowering the Palestinian political and military organization Hamas at various points in history. This support continued during and in spite of active military hostilities between the two sides. Involved in assisting or empowering the Palestinian political and military organization Hamas. Yeah, but you also have to understand that Hamas also receives a ton of support from the Iranians. You can't just say the Israelis are supporting them. Brother, Beirut was still the good spot until the U.S. and Israel started attacking it, says Zane. Well, once again, you can say that to a certain extent. I only say that Zane, you can say that to a certain extent, in my opinion. Because obviously there's a portion of people in Lebanon that sure the hell didn't like the U.S. being over there in 1983. There you go, not funded. There you go, not funded, says Mr. Fish. There you go, not funded. I don't know. Like I say, when people get these half statements, I don't know what you're talking about. Aloha, Marita, we see you. So I'm proving, let's see what Fish says. How you doing, the egg? We see you, big homie. So I'm proving that the situation in Lebanon worsened. People do believe B. Well, women were not oppressed. The Christian population decreased and almost ceased to exist, and the government. Well, once again, Fish, you're not talking about how many problems the Israelis caused in Lebanon. From if I'm hearing you correctly, all I'm hearing you say is that the Muslims are the ones that destroyed Lebanon. I haven't heard you say one thing negative about the Israelis causing problems in Lebanon. If you have said it, I could have missed it. Because like I said, I'm having many different conversations here. Couldn't control things like Hezbollah. Fish, give us the number then, says Zane. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes I don't know if Fish is talking to me or if he's talking to Zane. Before Hamas, before Hezbollah, and before the IRGC, there was still not peace. The common denominator is Israel, says Law. Because Mr. Fish is, yeah. You're exactly right, Zane. And that's the reason why he won't discuss the Israelis running up in Lebanon 4 damn times. I mean, they're there now. And he won't, and he's still blaming Muslims for Israel causing all the problems that it's causing in Lebanon. A Zionist is someone who supports the existence of Israel. Anti-Zion supports the destruction of Israel. And also, Zions are people who believe that Israel could be a country. So if you want to free Israel from Zion, then Israel won't exist. Well, like I keep saying, Fish, I still haven't heard you say one word about the Israelis causing problems in Lebanon when they done ran up in the country 4 damn times. I haven't heard you say one thing about that. The whole area would look better as a glass parking lot. The only war will stop in the sandbox, says old grouchy guy. Yeah, no problem, Fish. No problem. Well. Now you see how it feels, Fish. When you come in here with all caps and say, Paradise, go back up and read my statement. Thank you. Now you see how it feels. Thank you. Mr. Fish, multitasking. Iran is reason for all wars with his proxies. The word all is a bit strong, but yeah. The Iranians funding different terrorist groups. Yes, I appreciate that like, big homie. Yes, that has ignited many conflicts throughout the world. Israel was created by the Rothschild dynasty to maintain banking and economic hegemony over the Middle East. I'm not saying this. History says so, says JP. Well, I'm sure history says a lot of things. I don't think it's just etched in stone. That's why Israel was created. What's good with you? Lou Hawk Art, we see you. We doing for the art life today. For the World War II series, I'm gonna do a little bit of a lighter picture today. All my pictures have been so it's kind of on the darker side. I'm gonna do Colonel Clink because I had an individual by the name of Schultz that came in here yesterday and gave me a nice super chat, and he requested I paint Colonel. Well, he requested that I paint someone from Hogan's Heroes. So I'm gonna do Colonel Clink today. So we should have a lot of fun on the art life later today. Nobody wants your answers. We're here for Uncle's wisdom, not your sad ideology nonsense. Well, we're here for everybody, CD. I appreciate that. CD, but yeah, we're here. Everybody's gonna get a chance because I learn from people too. I got knowledge, but there's a lot of knowledge that I do learn from the chat. So I appreciate those kind words, but we're gonna give everybody a chance here. Time to call. We'll call Dylan when it's right. Good job spreading the truth, says Hans. I believe you're talking to me, Hans. If you're talking to me, I appreciate you. There are 53 Muslim countries and only one very small Jewish country, and it too much for Muslim, and it is too much for Muslims. Once again, Marita, you can't. You can't. You can't speak for all Muslims. You just can't. Do you support Israel-Palestine, says Films? Let me ask you this, Films. Who do you support? The minimum value, 26.9% was reached in 2013, while the maximum of 50.7% was recorded in 1960 in Lebanon. There is proof it, Zane, says Mr. Fish. The minimum, I'm not sure. He talking to Zane, so I'm not sure what he's talking about the minimum value. All right, Unc, I got no reason to apologize. No reason to apologize. It's all good. Arab lands was created sometime as Israel. Only Israel is problem. Yeah. Like I said, I would love to get to more facts in this damn chat than people's opinion. You're a communist Jew, not? Is that what you're asking? Is that what you're stating? You're stating that you're a communist Jew? Okay, you support Palestine. Well, what I support, Films, is I support people going to read the damn description of the channel and then come back in and ask a question. I support people that aren't lazy and that will go and do a little bit of research about this channel and then come in asking questions instead of coming in not saying hi to anybody, walking in somebody's damn house just asking, well, who do you support? I support non-rude people. Time for people to push back to the 5 bloodlines. This ain't the dark ages anymore. No more kings to rule, says old grouchy guy. Once again, so who you support? Just like I just told you, go read the description of the damn channel. I don't support, let's see here. I don't support terrorists, Hamas in Gaza, Hezbollah in Lebanon, and the IRGC in Iran. Marita, so you also shouldn't support the IDF, says Zane. How you gonna respond to that, Marita? Uh-oh. I'm doing good, Trinity. It's good to see you, big homie. Aloha to you. Hey, what's for dinner? Laughing my ass. I don't know. I gotta ask Nikki what the hell we have. It's early. Shit, I'm just trying to make it through the damn morning here. Hamas, no. Hamas kills everyday people in Gaza. People want peace in Israel. No, well, Marita, like I said to you the other day, and you had to go and run and watch the damn World Cup. How do you explain, like I saw with my own 2 damn eyes, how do you explain Jews throwing rocks at Palestinians' homes and their apartments? How do you explain the Palestinians having shops on the ground floor and Israelis on the upper floors throwing debris down on them? That doesn't sound like they want peace. How do you explain that? Uncle, to be fair, I don't think anybody finds this stream on shorts and their first audience. Let's check the channel's description. And all I can do is tell you this, the egg. Oh, who ran that on me? I appreciate that, Trinity, making a sprinkle on here. I see you, Toby. Aloha. That's where I completely disagree with you, the egg. I also look at live podcasts. And when I come on a live stream and I have a question about it, the first damn thing I do is go to and see what is this about? So I completely disagree with you there. But once again, that's your opinion. Unc, have you seen the Gaza Archive website? No, I haven't. I have not, Law. Real talk, CD, yeah. And see, where's Marita? Every time I bring this point up, Marita runs. If the Israelis want peace, why is all of that happening over in Hebron? Just to name one place. Unc, I won't be able to sprinkle on you anymore. Zane, you made it sprinkle. Enough, big homie. I appreciate everything you're doing for me. I appreciate you coming in here and giving some high quality, mature intellectual insight and the things you have contributed to the channel. I really do appreciate you, big homie. I just wish you could become a member so you can see all the behind the scenes footage that I'm showing. But you know, I don't want to push the issue, but I appreciate you. The Jews were driven from their own land by the see, Marita, you never want to answer that question about the atrocities that the Israelis are committing in Hebron, to name one. Israel is a very small land, less long than the Gaza Strip. Less long the Gaza Strip. So can we have some peace? It doesn't matter who is right or wrong. Israel is a very small land. Less long. I didn't get that one, Trinity. So can we, when you say we, that one got me there, Trinity. Whoops, click too soon, he. Yes, Trinity. Let me see. Fish understood you. I didn't get that. Israel is a very small land, less long the Gaza Strip. So can we have some peace? It doesn't matter who's right or wrong. That one kind of, I didn't get that one. Marita hopes on different topics, and Marita is I don't know why she won't answer the damn question. I've asked her this question 10 damn times and I can't get an answer. It's the same script they always use, says Machismo. Also, I said, how April 2026, the Israeli military sentenced 2 soldiers to 30 days in jail after one was photographed using a sledgehammer to destroy a statue of Jesus in the southern Lebanese. Well, Mr. Fish, from my research, that's just one example. And I can give you countless examples of how Israelis have received a slap on the wrist, an absolute slap on the wrist for horrible atrocities against the Palestinians. So, please do not sit here, Fish, and say that the Israelis do not get preferential treatment in the West Bank or in sectors that the Israelis control. Come on. I just explained to you. It's a known fact that it is in areas that the Israelis control. There's no way on God's green earth that you can say, according to law, according to, once again, the laws of that area, that the Israelis are treated the exact same as the Palestinians. Come on now, Fish. Bro, which conflict are we talking about? Lebanon or Gaza? Well, I was talking about the West Bank, because I thought that's what you were talking about. Most of you use nothing, Fish, says CD. Stop playing, says Witch. We are talking about Lebanon, right? Well, I was talking about Hebron. Like I said, you talking to 10 different people, so am I. So maybe we can start the conversation over. People here don't understand what it's like to live in a country that terrorists want to destroy because the religion is different. Marita, that does not change the fact that still, Marita, that does not change the fact that, see, what you're saying, Marita, is when the Palestinians feel that way, it's not okay. You feel like it's okay for the Israelis to defend themselves, but you don't feel like it's okay for the Palestinians to defend themselves. That's what I hear from you, Marita. No government is innocent in any conflict. War is ugly, brutal, bloody, and it's not a camping trip for the family, says Oh Grouchy Guy. I completely agree with you. What's good with you, Danny? What's good with you? Yeah, sure, bro. Keep spreading propaganda, Zane. Yeah, we can say the same for Palestinian people, says Zane. There you go. 90% support Netanyahu. No, Fist. Zane's quite right, says CD. Oh, hell no. CD out here commenting without purpose. Well, how can you say that, Fish? How can you say that, Fish? When just because somebody's not agreeing with you, Fish, I guarantee if CD was agreeing with you, you would not say that, Fish. No, you can't say that. Sounds like an overgrown Carmelo case. Who can protect what or who? Says old grouchy guy. Soon is election in Israel, and BB have a lot of supporters. Well, I'm hearing both sides of the story once again on that one, Marita. I'm hearing BB doesn't have a lot of supporters, and then I hear people like you that says he does. Because I'm hearing that BB will be lucky to win re-election in October. That's what I'm hearing. What's good with you, Banjo? Oh, is that Banjo's picture? We see you, big homie. Let's check out the big homie Banjo. I'm scared to click on anything because this damn computer might start tripping. We see the photo, big homie. Ask when Hamas terrorists go away for peace. Ask when Hamas terrorists go away for peace. I'm not sure. Nah, I don't think that's gonna function, says Danny. I don't think I'm not sure what that's it. I don't know what that is. Marita, I think you are kind of stupid, says Zay. Well, all I can do is tell you this once again. That's why I just come in here and I talk about the Middle East every day. Because no matter what topic I start off with the monologue, it always goes back to the Middle East. Always. Terrorist brings peace. Wish you all the best. Thanks for your wisdom. God, thank you, CD. We appreciate you. You're welcome here anytime. We really do appreciate you. In the total sample, the level of support stands at 68, though this largely represents the views of the Jewish respondents due to their numerical superiority over the Arab respondents. And I'm not sure what that percentage. I'm not sure if you're talking. I'm not sure what he's talking about. I don't know if he's talking about for Netanyahu. I'm not sure. Just hopping in the stream to say hello. I'm gonna watch the match. See you later. Oh, it's good to see you, Banjo. I appreciate you popping in real quick, big homie. I appreciate you. For Middle Eastern people, USA and Israel are the terrorists. Yeah, and I can easily see how Middle Eastern countries feel that way. Yeah, without a doubt. And that's why I say it's all relative. So once again, let's see if maybe, just maybe, let me stand my ass up. My damn back is killing me. Don't never get old. Ah, shit. My damn back is killing me. So once again, maybe we can shift this thing back over to talking about World War II. People come in and they say, well, can we talk about something else? And then I'll bring in a new topic and it goes right back to the old topics. Netanyahu. Obviously, who else? Well, Fish, I mean, when you say 68%, I mean, you could be talking about any damn thing. I mean, you could have been talking about the damn World Cup. So, what does a Muslim from Hawaii say? Aloha snack bar, says Finch Juice. I have no idea what that comment was about. Finch Juice, would you like to clarify? What does a Muslim from Hawaii say? Aloha snack bar. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'd enjoy some. Yeah, thank you, Egg. I tried to start it off talking about the German invasion of Poland, but you have some people that they just want to funnel it back to the Middle East. Time to get a mattress, says Zane. Well, ain't got nothing to do with a mattress, Zane. It's got everything to do with we do so much hard work out here. I believe I strained my hamstring, and that shit is starting to go up into my back. So when you become 56 years old, I think you understand what I'm talking about. Finch Juice is telling you a joke. Well, all I can do is tell you this. It's a really bad joke. because I didn't laugh, and I don't think anybody in the damn chat laughed. So that was a really bad joke. Heir to World War II, back in time, says Mr. Fish. Ha ha, says, like I said, you got some really bad jokes going on in here because it seems like there's only one. The only person that's laughing is the person that gave the joke. So where I come from, that's called a dud. So once again, talking about World War II. Yeah, like I said, the only person that's laughing is you. Okay, kickstart the topic you want. Well, the monologue was about how the Germans invaded Poland September 1st, 1939, and they basically took over Poland within what does it take 36 days. So, and I was really comparing how the Third Reich, if you will, is very comparable to what's going on today with MAGA, with the propaganda machine, and for the most part, not knowing what the hell they're doing when they're going into war. Because like I said, the German military went from 1933, it went from 100,000 to 2.5 million in 1939. So the standards to get into the military were tiny. So you had a lot of soldiers from Germany. They didn't know their ass from their elbow. They over there fighting the Polish army and also fighting the damn civilians over there, bombing indiscriminately places in Krakow or Warsaw, I should say. So once again, the same way the U.S. went and bombed a little girls' school and killed 169 little small Iranian girls. So I was really comparing and contrasting the two. Now Marita gotta go. Enjoy yourself, Marita. Aloha. Unc, do you realize when it comes to invading, it will always come back to Israel, Middle East, and UK? Well, the word always, that's strong. I always hesitate to use the word all or always. What is there to discuss? I mean, I already answered the statement about MAGA, says Mr. Fish. No, Fish. You didn't answer the statement about MAGA. What you did was you gave your opinion about MAGA. No. Just because you give your opinion does not make it fact. And that's what you're basically saying here. I already answered the statement. And you also have to understand, Fish, there's more people in here than just you. Like the egg, on a technicality, Poland committed one of the war crimes of World War II, as far as I understand. We armed non-combatants, postmen, and held off in post office for days from the Germans. Yeah, and then the Germans eventually poured gasoline in the basement of that post office and set it on fire. Yep. So I guess that goes both ways there, the egg. Efficient OFC, it will OFC, who else to blame? Like I said, OFC, it will OFC. Like I said, I'm not going to try to decipher riddles. What is going on, says Solar. Book. Let's see a book is available. We got a loser in here. What's good with you, Ricky Bianco? We got a real loser in here with a sorry ass avatar. Let's see if book is available. Of course, I remember you, Asian. It's good to see you. Paradise, I dropped the link for the Garza arc. I appreciate that, Law. I will check it out for sure. You got that sorry ass Solar Scout. His mother didn't give him enough attention when he was growing up. So he's looking for a little bit of attention. So could you, thank you, sir. I appreciate that, book. The best damn moderator in the damn business. I appreciate that. See you, bud. It's a shame how people don't get enough attention in their lives. And yes, Solar, your parents wish that the neighbor's kid was theirs. Yeah, so you can stop wondering. Hey, Dylan. Hey, Dylan. You think my mumsy and dadsy, you think they wish Bobby up the street was theirs and not me? Yes, they wish that, Solar, because you're sorry. Let me turn off this light real quick. Pull that off. Okay. So now you can stop wondering. You're the boss, Paradise. Excellent stream. Thank you, JP. I appreciate you. I appreciate you every time. And once again, Law, I appreciate that. We ain't going to be checking losers' profiles today, says the egg. No, not today, because I don't want to click around on this computer too much, because this thing is hanging on by a damn thread. So I'm checking all profiles, says, but I appreciate that book. XD, poor guy is living in an outhouse. I remember when I misbehaved. All right, y'all. It's America says, who is Dylan? Dylan is whoever you want it to be. So we haven't done this for a while. Y'all ready, chat? Y'all ready to put 6933? Y'all ready to put him on? Y'all ready to put him on the host row? Let's put 6933 on the host row right quick and make him look like a damn fool. So once again, 6933. Once again, chat, if you go to my website, paradiseunplugged.com, and you click on my banana cultivation tour, my Hawaii Tiki tour, and my Big Island Jungle tour, you see that I get $95 per person. Like tomorrow I'll be getting, we got a big group coming tomorrow too. $95 per person for people to come and see where I live and see this so-called shed. Now my question, there you go, Law, you see it. So my question to 6933. Once again, chat, you can go to paradiseunplugged.com for proof of what I'm saying. And I'm also 5 stars. I'm also 5 stars. I don't want to leave that part out. So my question to you, 6933, when was the last time somebody paid you anything to come and see where you live? So chat, what's getting ready to happen now is he's either going to say something stupid, say nothing at all, or he's going to change the subject. So let's see. Let's put him on the host row. We're looking for 6933. I appreciate that, Zig and Zag. We're looking for 6933. When was the last time somebody came and gave you anything to come and see where you live? We're all waiting, 6933. He's either going to say nothing at all, say something stupid, or change the subject. We'll give him a minute to prove me right. Oh, you didn't know I was going to come with that reply, did you, 6933? Oh, you thought I was going to sit here and argue with me about this so-called outhouse that I'm in. Where is he? Where is he? Where is 69? Now, he was all mouth 30 seconds ago. Now, where is he? Don't hold your breath waiting for a prize. The outhouse or not, I say it's a devil. Thank you, the egg. And like I keep saying, it's an earthship. I know he's a ghost because he's sorry. And he give his right damn arm to fly over Hawaii, let alone visit here, let alone live here, let alone own 3 acres here, because he's sorry. So we can move on, chat. At least he was smart enough to say, well, hey, Dylan, now I heard about that hostro, bud. They put those heels on you, and I don't want that glittery shit on my face. I'm going to stick my tail between my legs and get my ass out of here. Get the hell out of here. Made you look like a damn fool. And don't never come back in here with that damn screen name, because I'm going to make you look like a damn fool again. Real talk. There's a place in Krakow for the likes of his, says the egg. I go, Polish, how was my rhyme again? It's about to pop off. Polish blondes with tops off. Yeah, it's about to pop off. Polish blondes with tops off. drunk off their ass drinking vodka from crack off. Ooh, that's a color line. Damn it, Dylan. It's about to pop off. Polish blondes with tops off. Drunk off their ass drinking vodka from crack off. Shit, I go to Poland saying that right there. That's the flow. So once again, you know what? The one thing I will give 6933, whatever the fuck his name was, I will give him credit. He's one of the few that just said, let me get the hell out of here. Let me get the hell out of here. I heard about that damn Hostro. Once you get on it, you can't get off of it. He's still in here. Well, yeah, 6933, whatever the hell, 2333, whatever the hell it was. Real damn talk. So yeah. So the another great point about, and I think somebody brought this up earlier about World War II in Poland. It's really hard to imagine how Jews in that region were ostracized so bad and treated so bad. And then you see what Israel is doing in today's society, whether they're defending themselves or not. I mean, you would think that they would come up with some sort of different approach. So that's one of the things that somebody made a point about that really does surprise me. Real damn talk. Let me see what this chat is doing. Uh-oh. Let me go right there. Okay. I think my chat got a bit backed up here. Sometimes it does that. Hopefully I'm still, somebody send me a chat, because I don't want to touch the damn thing. Every time I do that, hopefully my ass is still streaming. Hopefully I'm still streaming. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Because the chat ain't moving. I got a feeling. Okay. There we go. There we go. Kind of ironic. Right on. Yeah, it's very ironic. It's very ironic. And that just goes to show you how people forget the past when it benefits them in the present tense. I love the art wall, says Zig and Zag. Studio you have. That's just low-hanging fruit with the outhouse sheet. Yeah, I appreciate that compliment, Zig and Zag. Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, whoever the hell that 69 thing give his right damn arm to be to come and look at this so-called outhouse. And like I said, the funny thing about it is this damn outhouse that's not completed yet, it made me so much damn money it ain't funny. Catch you later, OG. I gotta finish my course. I appreciate you, Law. I appreciate you every time, big homie. I appreciate you. You still here? Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm sure Law taking something related to law. I'm sure. I think what Law trying to be a Law, you trying to be a corporate lawyer? I don't think I ever asked you. I'm not sure what kind of lawyer you're trying to be. I don't think I ever asked you. And I believe you're in. Are you in law school now? Because I think you said you're like 25. Zane, Arabic. Oh, okay. I had a language question for you, right quick, Law. I had a quick language pop quiz question for you. Who is Miriam? That's my mom's name, says some dude. But your mom don't make it rain, some dude. This Miriam make it rain. Don't never forget that. Oh, that's nice, Law. Let's see here. Let me see if Law's still here. I want to give him a quick pop quiz question on languages. I've been meaning to ask him this question to see if he knows the answer. You still here, Law? Sure. What's the question? Okay, here we go. And you might have heard me say this in the chat, but I'm curious to see if you know. In the Hawaiian language, what is the okina? What is an okina? What is an okina? in the Hawaiian language. I studied constitutional law for about 4 years, says Law. I think he's answering Zane's question. Let's see if he answers my question. Let's see. That's right, you did tell me constitutional law. Let's see if he knows what the okini is. Now I lack proper words to word myself, but apparently Jews don't remember Polish resistance risking their necks to save Jews the same way Poles do. Yeah, I think the chat is lagging. I think the chat is seriously lagging. Now I lack proper words to word myself, but apparently Jews don't remember Polish resistance risking their necks. Okina is a sound effect. Yeah. I guess I would. Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah, I guess you could accept that because it means to pause or rest your pronunciation. Like you see the word Hawaii, and in between the two I's at the end, they have the okina, which means that's why people say Hawaii, a little pause at the end. So yeah, I'm impressed with that, Law. Like a letter, but not really. Yeah, I think your first answer was more accurate. It's more of a sound effect to pause or rest your pronunciation. Yeah. I just explained it, Zane. I just explained it like a letter, but not really. Machismo, bro. How old are you, bro? Says, as a Jew, I remember we aren't a monolith, says Machismo. And Zane wants to know how old Machismo is. Let me fix my damn hair. So, Fiddly, I'm just repeating what I've heard from someone. I can't say that I'm educated much on it, says the egg. So, you were talking about how, once again, the egg, I got a little sidetrack. I believe you were talking about how the Poles defended Jews. I believe that's what you were referring to. Similar to Hazma in Arabic. I'm not sure what Hazma is, but I'm sure if you're telling me, I'm sure you are correct. Machismo is 33. Y'all be making me feel old as shit in here. I think really it's just me. I think it's me, Book, and old grouchy guy. I think we're the only ones that's kind of older up in here. Everybody else is in like 30s and 20s, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Machismo, I thought you were about 45. No, I figured Machismo was about 33. I am 22. Real talk, Book. Yeah, Zane, I figured you was about 22. Like I say, Zane, I have you pictured to be young because the only other Zane I really know is the former rapper Lil Zane. And to me, he's young. So when I see the name Zane, I just think of Lil Zane. So, damn, I'm surrounded by veteran unks. What you mean? The egg? Fresh 19 over here says, you surrounded by veterans up in here. That's good. I wish I had something like this when I was 19 that I could tune into and learn a thing or two. Real damn talk. So, from Ohio to I have no idea why he's so obsessed with that statement. He says it just about every day, and I'm still trying to wonder why. My damn back is killing me. Damn, all I can do is tell y'all, enjoy your fucking youth. I woke up this morning, my ass could barely damn move. I was like, damn, I'm hurting. We are the same gym, bro. Low cow. Oh, you talking about the egg? Why does that fascinate you so much, Cole? 8012. Why my past fascinates you? Eat some protein. What the hell you mean eat some protein? I eat protein all the damn time. That ain't got a damn thing to do with it. Zane, you 22 damn years old. call me in 30 fucking years and say that. That's crazy. By the time you my age, Zane, I probably won't even be on this planet anymore. That's crazy. You might be a day older than me, and I'm still gonna call you Unc Zane. Thank you, Catman. Catman is always a damn sight for sore eyes. The invasion of Poland was a huge diplomatic blunder. From 1919 onwards, Churchill wanted war, says Catman. Result of 1919, I mean. Well, so obviously you're talking about it's a blunder from World War I. Are you talking about a blunder as far as the Treaty of Versailles, or can you expand on that a little bit? Unc, how are you? How are you in the fourth world? I have no idea what you're talking about, 2101. And once again, I don't try to decipher riddles. What localu? That's me. Zane, you better get used to it. There's always going to be somebody younger than you. Yeah? Always going to be somebody younger than you. It's always going to be somebody more advanced than you, more attractive than you, smarter than you. Always. Yeah. I thought my ass would be 22 forever. And now my ass is 56. From the treaty, yes. They only... Thank you, Catman. Damn, Catman is always a damn sight for sore eyes. They only wanted a corridor with train or something to Danzig, to Danzig, which they cut off from Germany, but still was Germany, says Catman. And I believe you also said something about Britain, because originally it was supposed to be the Germans and the British that was going to run Europe, if I'm not mistaken. But I believe, didn't Britain have a pact with Poland, a non-aggression pact, or an agreement that will back you up just in case there's a problem? And I forgot to bring up, that was another thing that Hitler did prior to invading Poland. He signed that non-aggression pact with the Soviets. So between the non-aggression pact being signed with the Soviets and the propaganda machine pointing at Poles as being the aggressor here, that gave him all the excuses he needed in the world to invade Poland. What's good with you, Unknown? We see you, big homie. Me and Dylan, we doing good. Hey, Dylan. Unknown asked about you, bud. Oh yeah, he's a damn member. Oh yeah. He putting up the emojis and everything. There was new stickers. Their new stickers are tough. Yeah, I'm gonna make some more for y'all. Well, I shouldn't even say that. I got computer problems right now, so let me be careful what I promise. But soon. Good night, Unc. I'm going to sleep. I'll try not to cry without you, Zane. I appreciate you every time, big homie. But it's a lot of propaganda after World War II. Also, to justify the murder of millions of German civilians by the Allies. And this is true. Once again, and Catman is proving the central point here about there is no innocent being when it comes to war. Yeah, the propaganda machine worked on two sides. Let's start with the fact that World War II began because no one stopped Adolf from taking Austria. You're exactly right. The egg. But see, I'm gonna get to that point in a second. UK just signed a little piece of paper with him to not do it again and call it world peace, says the egg. Now, let me ask you something, because that's a good point you're making about Austria. Because after what happened in Austria and Czechoslovakia, they still state the start of World War II is officially September 1st of 39. And what I'm not getting there is, you would think, like you said, it should have started with what went on in Austria and Czechoslovakia. So I'm not really sure why the 39 date, the September 1st date, is actually the date. But Austria was hugely in favor of German reunification. Just look at the videos cheering the Germans invading. Maybe Catman is answering that question. Maybe the question just got answered there. 3,000 subscribers soon. I hope so, Unknown. I hope so, big homie. Make sure I didn't miss something from Unknown. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we inching up. We getting there. It's hard damn work. My computers is breaking down on me and every damn thing else. So I'm hanging in there, Catman. So is that the reason why, Catman, do you feel like because of that statement you just made, is that the reason why the war wasn't officially started then? And why they chose the September 1st date? That was a question I had immediately when I was doing my research. And that may be one for, that could be one here for my Google. Let me see some here. Let me see some. I think Catman might have a point there. Who's in favor of Germany? Yeah, he very well could. Let's see here. Let me see some here. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can do a little search on that. Let's see here. Let me see. Why was World War II started? Screwed up. I done fucked up. Let me see, maybe. Yes, it was all a huge diplomatic crisis after Treaty of Versailles, and Hitler was viewed as the peacemaker for a long time leading up to 39. Once again, I'm trying to find out here, Catman, why didn't they consider World War II to start after what happened in Austria versus in Poland? World War II. Started in Poland, not Austria. Let me see if I put that in there right. Yeah. Generally because Poland resisted with arms, thus Hitler began an armed conflict with another cheap victory. So I believe that's pretty much what Catman was saying. I don't think Austria put up enough resistance for it to be considered an act of war, based on what I'm saying. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Let me see. We got a few people that put something. Let me see here. Yes, it was all a huge diplomatic crisis. Okay, I think you said, I read that. Okay, World War II might have began when it did because Poland called for UK and France to help them like they were supposed to. That's a great point there, Egg, because they did not believe Hitler had intentions for European domination. And that is more of a narrative push after the fact. Yeah, that's a two great points. Numbers from the time also gives a 90% in favor of German invasion in Austria. Okay, I see. Yeah, and both of those comments make a lot of sense. So, so next we'll be talking about France, because Hitler wanted to immediately go into France, but his cronies, if you will, told him that we got a lot of replenishing to do. So That's the next step that we'll be talking about tomorrow. Or yeah, either later. Once again, I got a tour tomorrow, so I will not be on in the morning. I'll be on later tomorrow. So time permitting, that's where we will begin. Hello, what's the topic? Says number 3. We're talking about the invasion of Poland by the Germans. Numbers from the time World War II, Matthew. Yeah. So I just find it amazing that I think during my research last night, I had no idea that Germany went from 100,000 troops to 2.5 million in like 6 years. You know, once again, that's that propaganda machine at work. I thought the standards to be part of the Weimar was much higher than they obviously were. It's almost like as long as you had a damn pulse, you could fight for Germany. So I find that to be very, very amazing. Do you like Pink Floyd because you have Mother Should I Trust the Government, which is a Pink Floyd Rogers? Yeah, it's a take on the Berlin Wall. And I'm not necessarily sure Floyd Rogers Ward. I'm not sure if that's a what'd you say, Floyd Roger Waters quote or not. It was written on the damn wall. If I'm not mistaken, that was actually written on the Berlin Wall, and they used that as one of their album covers. But yeah, we were talking about the Berlin Wall, and that's why I put that up there. I can recommend listening to Pat Buchanan on World War II. He is knowledgeable and gives the other side, says Catman. If you remember him, of course I remember fat ass Pat Buchanan. Of course. How old are you, Catman? Just out of curiosity, how old are you? Oh, this one is charged. Yeah, so that's from Pink Floyd, and they wrote that on, and they wrote that on the Berlin Wall. Let me see something. So you're saying Pink Floyd wrote that on the Berlin Wall? Let me see something here, because that's an interesting take. Let me see something here. Because that I never knew. Did Pink Floyd actually write on the Berlin Wall? Let's see here. Let's see if that's good enough. Emotional. Did actually do a concert in Blip. I see nothing. No, they say he did a. I don't see anywhere. I don't see anything that says that they actually wrote on the Berlin Wall. So let me see. Listen to the song Mother. It's a good song off the album The Wall, which talks about the thing. Yeah. No, they didn't, but the lyrics was, well, you just got done. Now you're completely changing what you just said. Yeah, they performed at the Wall after it fell. Yeah, no, they did not. But the lyric, well, why did you say they did? I believe that was him that said that. Who said that? That's from Pink Floyd, and they wrote that on the Berlin Wall. So when you say they, I guess you mean an artist wrote that on the Berlin Wall. I guess you're not meaning actually Pink Floyd actually wrote that on the Berlin Wall. I believe that's what you're saying. Come on, my friend, says Rusi. Come on and do what? Greetings, paradise. Aloha, peace overflows. Aloha, it's always good to see you. Big ups to you. Aloha. Listen to the song Mother. It's a good song off the album The Wall, which talks about themes of war, capitalism, isolation, and the rise of fascism. So, but yeah, Hitler was very ruthless. You know, I wasn't aware that he conducted many false flags prior to invading Poland. That's something that was news to me. And the first thing I thought of was that damn MAGA. So I appreciate that like, big homie. Damn, I think my previous comment have been struck down by YouTube. Automod says the egg. What was your comment about? Can you rephrase it so it doesn't get struck down? Yeah, I'm curious to know what you wrote. Russia and Germany both wanted Poland and worked together on that. Yeah, the non-aggression pact. Russia got the West and Germany got the East. Yeah. And then once again, there is no loyalty amongst thieves. And then those two turned on each other. And that's why I keep telling you, it dates back to today's society. I still have the prediction that America and Israel will be at war with one another before it's all said and done. And like I keep saying all the time, and that's the reason why I have a lot of these flags up. Don't you ever discount the United States aligning with Hezbollah against Israel. The same way I bring it up in here every day. The same way the U.S. is directly or indirectly tied to Al-Qaeda in southern Yemen, trying to subdue the Houthis with the Saudis. Yeah, you're exactly right. England and France didn't like that they did that, says Matthew. No, they didn't. No. Read Henry Ford. He was very famous and inspired Hitler and the Germans. Read what they read and things make. Let me see. Read what they read and things make more sense, says Catman. I've heard that many times about Henry Ford. Many times. So obviously something must be true there. Today, thousands, not a deal. That's a lot of angry people to have to watch out for. Some bad karma, says Peace Overflows. Yeah, like I keep saying, this tension in the strait, in the Gulf, this is far from over. Far, far, far from over. Believe you me. He really did not like Jews, says Machismo. And I believe he's talking about that leader of Germany. So yeah, that's definitely a known fact there. And once again, this podcast is simply for educational purposes only. So once again, if you're under 18, keep your ass off this channel. Hitler wanted peace with the French and English when they invaded Poland. Hitler wanted peace with the French and English when they invaded Poland. I'm not sure about the French, but his initial goal was to work with England, and he thought them two would basically control Europe together. Now, France, that part I'm not sure about. Very interesting, and he keeps it pretty leveled, says Catman. I'm not sure who he means he. Because he wanted to cut the Poland in half with Soviets and peace. I believe you're talking about Hitler. Very interesting. And Hitler keeps it pretty level, says Catman. Can you expand on that a little bit, Catman? Because I believe you're talking about Adolf when you say he. Oh, you're talking about, see, that's what I'm saying. That's why I wish people would put the word. Very interesting. And Ford keeps it pretty level. Yeah. Read my previous. Let's see. Okay. Henry Ford states that the international criminal Jew again and again creates anti-Semitism for the innocent every day. Jew, he also states, isolate the 50 richest Jews and all wars end, says Henry Ford. So I believe, once again, you're saying that, he's looking at it from both standpoints. I like Ford. There's some things I like about him, I should say. I like what he said about problems. You can't look at problems as problems. You got to look at problems as opportunities. And that is definitely an ideology that I try to live by to this day. Because if every time a problem crops up, if you look at it as a problem, you'll go completely mad and you'll go to your grave early, the same way his son did. What was his son name? Ezel, or what was Henry Ford's son name? What was his son name? Somebody help me out in the chat. He keeps it pragmatic with statistical realities while not devolving into hate, says Catman. Yeah. What was his son's name? What was Henry Ford's son's name? And he died young, his son, if I'm not mistaken. I appreciate that light, big homie. Etzel, I believe his name was. Etzel. His writings were heavily based on the protocols of the Elders of Zion. The Protocols is a notoriously debunked hoax and forgery created by the Russian secret police in the late 19th century. Let me see. His writings were heavily based on the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. The Protocols is a notoriously debunked hoax. I wouldn't know. Never read it. Wouldn't know anything about that. Henry Ford was not scared to call out the lies. Well, once again, there is no perfect human being. I mean, yeah, he calls out lies, but yet, who ran that on me? Thanks for the entertainment. I appreciate that. Who was that? That was, I don't want to click on your name because, can you put your name down here? Because I got to be real careful what I click on with this computer. Can you put your name? Who just ran that on me, ran that super chat on me? Who was that? I appreciate that, the egg. I appreciate that, big homie. You're coming up in here, making it rain. I appreciate you, big homie. I appreciate you every time. Thank you. Hear me? So once again, I was just talking about, let me go back up here. My family was driven out of Russia by the Bolshevik Jews because they were Christians, says number 3. I think I was getting ready to say something about Ford and lies. Yeah, he calls out lies, but yet he's got an illegitimate baby. So once again, there is no perfect human being. Henry Ford and his wife Clara only had one child, and his son's name was Etzel. There you go. Thank you, Peace Overflows. Born in 1893, Etzel served as the president of Ford Motor Company from 1919 until his death in 43. Thank you, Peace Overflows. That's exactly right. And they keep his illegitimate child hidden. 'Twas me. Thank you, the egg. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, the egg. Imagine trying to say Jews were not an integral part of Russian communism and Marxism in itself. Yeah, that'd be tough. Too fiddly. Too fiddly, says Catman. So, yeah, like I say, in all, yeah, fiddly, what the heck? Let's see. Scroll up here. Okay, let me make sure that's still on track. Okay. Jews admit this freely in their encyclopedias, says Catman. Of Russian communism. Well, like I said, there's propaganda, there's lies, there's truths on every side. And once again, that proves my point. Again, that when you look at these flags back here and all these pictures up here, you can't just point to one and say they're the problem. And that's what I don't like about, especially in the thing I see, I think machismo is about the only one who calls out. I believe machismo says he's Jewish, if I'm not mistaken, but he calls out the atrocities on both sides. Where I would say every other person in this chat that supports Israel only looks at it from one point of view. Here's machismo right there. Albert Einstein was Jewish. Yes. Lenin was Jewish, says number 3. It came true because it's as vague as a horoscope. Society modernized and adopted capitalism. That isn't a secret master plan. It's just history, says machismo. Yes, sir, says machismo. Yup. Yeah, I would definitely say machismo has been the most fair and balanced individual when it comes to this conflict. I would say almost on both sides, especially from the Jewish point of view. And that's the truth. And that is the honest to God damn truth. There's problems on both sides, and it never gets called out by both sides. Center, yes. Fiddly, read more on how. I kept wondering who the hell they was talking about when they was talking about Fiddly. They talking about machismo. Okay. How modern capitalism started and how a lot of business life and practice comes from a Jewish perspective, as opposed to the traditional Middle Ages where God was venter, where God was center. Okay. How modern capitalism started and how a lot of business life and practice comes from a Jewish perspective, says Catman. Their usury in communism creation and establishment of Zionist state and controlling banks and media is a real problem throughout history and is still a problem today. Yeah, a lot of people say that. A lot of people say that. And like I said, you'll get somebody that's of Jewish descent that'll say, well, no, it's just the opposite. Or they'll have a so-called rationale for that thinking. I agree with Matthew. They're usually in communism creation and establishment of Zionist state and controlling banks and media is a real problem throughout history and it's still a problem today. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. But then you'll get somebody in here like Marita that will give justification for all that. So, yeah. It all depends on what side of the fence you're on. The book History of Central Banking and the Enslavement of Mankind exposes Matthew's point. Yeah, I'm sure it does. Who do you think is has more intelligent conversation and arguments? Israel supporters or Palestine supporters? And that's a damn good question. Hole of 12. That's a really good question. You know what? To be honest with you, I have in this chat. Now I appreciate that like, big homie. I can't speak for other forums, but in this chat, I definitely think. And you know what? It's even. People who support the Palestinians, I've never heard them say anything negative about the Palestinians. And people who support the Israelis, they don't say anything bad about the Israelis. I think it's even Steven. Right down in this chat, right down the line, I think it's even Steven. Machismo is about the only one who comes straight out and says, I'm Jewish and things that Israel are doing are incorrect. Or I agree with some of the things that Israel is doing on this regard. I've only experienced one individual that's, for the most part, picks a true side and simply sticks with that once, and that is neutral. Machismo is about the only one that I've seen in this chat. Oh, really? I don't? Yeah, shit. Yeah, give me a damn break, fish. I thought you had to go study. I appreciate that like, big homie. Medieval kings banned Jews from owning land. Let me see here. Joining guilds, forced them into money lending, and then blamed them for it so they didn't have to pay their debts. Let's see. Medieval kings banned Jews from owning land or joining guilds, forcing them into money lending, and then blame them for it so they don't have to pay their debts, says Machismo. That sounds like a bait and switch. I studied already, bro. Well, shit, fish. You only been gone 15 damn minutes. What the fuck did you study? I'm a direct descendant of those same kings too, says Machismo. The scarlet thread stopped turning white on Yom Kippur in the year 33 AD for a reason, says number 3. Well, that one there, I don't have much knowledge on. So maybe Machismo knows more about that than I do, or maybe Fish knows. Me too. Read Martin Luther's The Jews and Their Lies for a Purpose too, Fiddly. Short book. Short, says Catman. But this is what I don't understand. What's good with your essay? We see you. Good to see you again. About Poland. I've read once Czech was sold out by the Allies, and somehow Poland silently accepted that. That's a tough lesson where people should refuse injustice now. Once where Czech was sold out by the Allies, and somehow Poland silently accepted that. That's a tough lesson where people should refuse injustice, says essay. Not quite sure what you mean there. Let's see. Was sold out by the Allies. Okay. And somehow Poland silently accepted that. That's a tough lesson where people should refuse injustice. So I guess you're basically saying that the Poles should learn from the Czechs. I mean, that's what I'm taking from it. This is, I don't know who this is Mito. Are you a com or not? I'm asking you, are you a com or not? Mito, whatever your name is. I'm asking you, are you a Pole or not? Or are you a com or not? I'm asking you. Martin Luther wrote that because he was bitterly angry that Jewish people refused to convert to his new religion. Even modern Lutheran churches have officially condemned that book as hate speech, says Machismo. Let's see here. I mean the Munich Agreement of 1938, says essay. Where are those? I have no idea what that means. I also was gone for an hour, by the way, Paradise, not 15 minutes. I'm just fucking with you, Fish. Yeah, I have not read what the Munich Agreement of 1938. No, I haven't read that agreement essay, so it's tough for me to comment on that. You can enlighten us on that 38 agreement. I would love to hear it. You're citing a 1543 book that literally advocated for the burning down houses and was used as a blueprint by the Nazis, says Machismo. Everyone wants to be accepted, respected, and cherished. Let us spread kindness until all wars stop forever, says Peace Overflows. Yeah, very, very kind words. Who was that idiot? Where are we at here? Hold on, my chat disconnected. Yeah, Philly heck. Let me see here. I gotta get caught back up. Hold up. It went way down. Where we at? There we go. Good to see you. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, where we at here? You're signing everything. Blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not. I'm fascist. Okay, well, good for you. Is this guy pro-Israel, says John Dubstep? It should read John Dumbstep because John is too damn lazy and dumb to go read the damn description of the channel. He comes into the room and he sees one damn flag up here and he doesn't see anything else. So I try not to comment on people that have tunnel vision and selective damn hearing. Having the Israeli flag brings you view and comments, no matter from what side, says Holoma 12. Well, that's your opinion. I mean that's your opinion. I mean, if my channel's been up for, I don't know, a couple years now, and I think that's been up for, I don't know, maybe I had it up for a month or two now. So what do you say about the other 2 years that the channel's been up without that? So I don't know. Nearly did, and it's not done. Jewish power, like Christian power, is a real thing. A priority, a priority, I don't know, a priority. If you can't see it, you are willfully blind. Yeah, without a doubt, Catman. I agree with you, especially in the United States with them damn 40 gigs, without a doubt. People say free Palestine to get likes. They don't care about people in Palestine. Yeah, I see it every day in here. So I guess you're assuming that that's what I'm doing. So, I mean, what is your point here? Ola Manola 12? Are you saying that I have all this stuff up here just to get likes and views? I mean, what are you saying? Please stop beating around the bush. Or are you just making a comment in general? You're using 100-year-old plagiarized Russian hoaxes and accusing me of gaslighting, says Machismo. Patton said we fought the wrong enemy. Let's see here. It is you who cited the protocols as debunking. Let's see here. What book say letter G took the place of letter J, so the word Jew was created in 1514 AD, was spelled Jew and was short for Greeks, says Book, the moderator. The best damn moderator in the damn business. See, I didn't know that. Now that's knowledge to me. There are many very beautiful Jews in this world, and there are also few very monstrous Jews. They even harm and steal from their own fellow Jews, says Peace Overflows. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. No, I said it about the chat. Yeah, I agree with that. That's why I quiz people all the time, 12. You are very right. And they get pissed off when they look like damn fools, when they can't pass the elementary questions about the so-called people they are supporting. Patton did say that after the war, says Zig and Zag. Book. Let's see if Book is available. Let's see if Book is available here. That Cerberus, Niga Cerberus, he's all yours, sir. I appreciate that, Book. The best damn moderator in the damn business. That individual comes in here and wants to play every damn time. The hell out of here. The year 2026 wouldn't exist without Jews, for crying out loud, says Catman. Now, why do you say that, Catman? Talk about Muslims, says 12. Peace overflows. I hope you know that not everyone is beautiful and true. No need to push your narrative about Jews, says Mr. Fish. Well, I think what did Peace Overflows say? There are many beautiful Jews in the world, and there are also very few monstrous Jews that even harm and steal from their own fellow Jews. Well, Mr. Fish, I mean, she's just telling the damn truth. Well, I mean, what's wrong with telling the truth? That's the truth. The reason the year is 2026 is because the year is based on when the King of the Jews, Jesus Christ, was born, says number 3. Because the calendar is based on old Jewish events, says Catman. Yeah, that's what I think that's what Book was telling me. That there's actually 2 separate calendars out there. So I believe that's what you all are referring to. I need another blunt, says Machismo. I heard that. I think the Jews count the year in the 5,000s. Jews don't believe Satan is evil. There are monstrous Muslims and Christians and Buddhists and others. There's monstrous everybody. Yeah. But Peace Overflows didn't say only Jews. She just pointed out the fact that Jews are like that. But she didn't say other people are not like that. And that's a fact. No, it's not, says Mr. Fish. Yes, it is a fact, Fish. It is a fact. And I guess Fish was maybe studying when we talked about this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. How once one person believes, if they side with Israel, there's nothing anybody can say to refute their ideology or their belief. Nothing. It is the truth, Fish. But Jews are overrepresented in power positions in the modern world. And that's a fact, says Catman. And powerful people have the capability to do more damage, says Catman. This is true. According to Jews, the year is 5,000 something, says Zig and Zag. They believe Satan is doing God's work and that they're on the same side, says Blunder. True, there are monsters everywhere, says Peace Overflows. However, today Jews are being greatly harmed because of a few bad apples, says Peace Overflows. I mean, once again, that's all relative. If you talk to a Palestinian, then they would say, well, I feel the exact opposite. There's more than just a few. So it all depends on who you talk to. Satan is a Christian thing, says Machismo. Let me check this I ain't checked the damn stock market all day. Let me check this damn Dow Jones. Damn, I knew it was something I was missing. See, NBC.com. Where's my ism? I ain't checked it down. Hopefully it comes up on this little Kindle. This damn thing been a lifesaver. Let's see, will it come up? Let's see if I can get the markets to come up here. They're showing that monkey at 1,600. We continue that. Let me see here. I don't know if it's going to give me the numbers, though. I tell you, these old operating systems. Let's see here. Nope, you can't get no numbers on this thing. Just give me the headline. NASDAQ jumps to start a new week, led by chip stocks. Dow briefly tops 53,000 for the first time. But when them short sellers show up, they're going to have a field day. Oil little change as Saudis cut prices. OPEC boosts target. I can't get no numbers on this ism. Oh, there we go. They're giving me numbers now. They go to Kindle. I see you, Jeff Bezos. WTI is at 68.73. Brent's at 72. Let's see if I can get the yield on the 10-year note. Let's see here. Let's see if this thing will come out. This page uses too much room, so let me see something here. Let's see if it'll give me the yield on the 10-year damn note. You are a true cat, man. Let's see here. I can't get the yield on the damn 10-year note to come up. Maybe if I give it a second, it'll come up. Google it right now. You're wrong, says number 3. I literally did. Okay, there we go. I can't get my numbers. The 10-year note is at 446. I keep telling you, that monkey, he can't get that damn note. He can't get that 10-year, that bond yield down. To save his damn life, he can't get that damn bond yield below 4.4. I use Robinhood for stocks, says Mr. Fish. No, I just look at CNBC. I hear Robinhood is janky. Fish? No, I like CNBC. I think Fish, I forgot how old you said you were, Fish. I've been looking at CNBC probably longer than you've been damn alive. It is? Really? Yeah, I've heard some really bad things about Robinhood. I don't know if that's who you trade with as well. But yeah, I've heard some janky things about Robinhood. I mean, at the end of the day, when you're just looking at the numbers, it really doesn't matter who you're looking at. Save your money. Depression might be coming soon. I couldn't agree with you more, Cat Man. Everybody knows that this damn market is not trading on fundamentals to save its damn life. This damn market is so propped up, it ain't damn funny. By that monkey at 1600. It ain't damn funny. We all going to be vaporized soon by our sacred Father. Our job today is to be grateful for life, a miracle, and live in peace, says Peace Overflows. Get money out of stocks and buy gold and silver bullion and real estate, says number 3. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, a lot. That could be a good buy. But like I keep saying, if it gets bad enough, do you want to be lugging around gold and silver? That is the one that a lot of proponents of gold and silver never discuss. If it gets bad enough, and they do away with fiat currencies, I mean, how the hell you going? I mean, how you gonna be lugging around bars of gold and silver to exchange anything? That's the thing I keep wondering. But I do agree with you. Get the hell out of stocks. You're damn right. You're right there, number 3. I like real estate. I like agriculture, and I like art, and I like oil. I like oil a lot. Don't save the money. Money is going to be worthless. Buy gold and silver. Like I said, number 3, nobody can answer that question. How you gonna be lugging that shit around once fiat currencies no longer exist? I use Robinhood, and it was going good for me. Also, Matthew, so how's your Google search? Well, I mean, that's good, Fish. Was I right? He must be talking to Matthew. You won't have huge bars of gold. So what are you gonna have, number 3? I appreciate that like, big homie. What are you gonna have? No, I want to talk to number 3 about what you're gonna have. I use stocks because I need money for college to support my college career. Well, there's no guarantee that you're gonna have any money when these short sellers show up. Fish, I hide mine in a pouch around my neck. Gold, silver, and lead, LOL. So once again, number 3, how you gonna be lugging around gold and silver if fiat currencies no longer exist? Please explain that to me. 3 quarters and 2 pennies. That is for number 3. First of all, you have a safe. My question to you is, when you need to go buy something that requires a large amount of gold and silver to purchase, how are you going to be lugging that shit around? A safe is for when it's stored at home. Let's talk about that. And you can carry coins. I'm talking about big purchases. I'm not talking about going to buy a damn potato. I'm talking about large purchases. That's my question to you, number 3. Power will be the currency of post-World War III world. When you say power, I assume you mean energy and resources, because that's what I see will be the most powerful currency on earth. Love from Iran. Aloha, 786. We see you. Oh, good. Good, Machismo. I hope you do get solar. Solar is a low-key scam, though. How the hell you... All right, let me ask you this. Let me stop Fish right there. So let's see if Fish will tell the truth, because he sure the hell didn't tell the truth about his house. So are you on solar, Fish? Please tell me how solar is a low-key scam. Fish. Yeah, I could have swore you told me that you owned your house. You own that brick house. But then you come and say, no, I'm just renting. I could have swore that was you. Yeah, I could have swore you lied and said that you owned a brick house. I could have swore that was you. And generators coming today. So I was, oh, there you go, book. I did with my parents' house. Yeah, like I said. So once again, we'll get past the house part. How is solar a scam? You're getting that from two people now. I appreciate that like, big homie. Depends on where you live. Solar company scam. So and once again, number 3. Are you on solar? Yes, solar companies can overcharge you. Well, thank you, Book. Thank you, Book, the best damn moderator in the damn business. That's because you're talking to two people that aren't on solar. Mr. Fish is not on solar, or number 3 is not on solar. I don't even deal with a damn solar company. They don't know what the hell they talking about. We thank you, Book, the best damn moderator in the damn business. You're talking to two people that don't know a damn thing about solar. So I'll ask number 3 and Fish. Are y'all on solar? Because obviously Fish is not on solar because he just admitted he lives in a damn dorm. Number 3, are you on solar? Power system, you'll not receive tax credits. No. No. We're talking about the scam part of it. Where's number 3? Number 3, are you on solar? Yeah. Show me proof that it's a scam, Mr. Fish, because I didn't say that hell at this point tens of thousands of dollars. Solar too impractical for Norway, but we have clean water energy, but we sell it ourselves. Like I said, I don't see how solar is impractical any damn where. I don't see how solar is impractical anywhere. I literally proved that it can be a scam right here. Where? Where's your proof? I work in real estate, though, as a developer. So in other words, you don't have fucking solar, number 3. So you don't know what you're talking about solar is a damn scam. You buy solar panels and then use them. They're your, yes, Zig and Zag. And if you're not lazy and lazy in the mind, you can hook it up yourself. So it's just like Book said, you're not even dealing with any companies. So once again, you got people that aren't on solar that's trying to give advice about solar. The panels are made like once again, chat, solar panels are just like any damn thing else. If you buy piece of shit panels, you're going to get piece of shit panels. If you buy quality panels, you're going to get quality panels. You had all these generalizations. I'm saying they work, but the companies are the scam, not the concept. Just like Book told you. And my damn entire neighborhood is off-grid out here deep in the Hawaiian jungle. And we don't deal with any damn solar companies. So what the hell are you talking about? Literally 6 hours of light. So what, Catman? Not enough sun in the relevant parts of the year. Well, part of the year where you do get sun. I'd rather save a little bit than save nothing. If you don't get sun, you don't need solar. Also, solar companies can charge you fees for installation. Listen to this, Mr. Fish. You hear this guy? You hear this guy, Book? You hear this guy, Mr. Fish? Don't know a damn thing about solar. Don't know a damn thing about solar. Then look at correlating temperature, says Catman. There are companies, after all, you don't have experience because you live in the Hawaiian jungle. It's got nothing to do. Of course we have solar companies out here. But why would I pay somebody to do something that I can do, Mr. Fish? Once again, chat, you're talking to somebody that's not on solar that's trying to give you advice about solar. They don't know a damn thing about solar. I can't tell you the amount of damn money I done saved by being on solar. And the bad part about it, knock on wood, I haven't had a problem yet with my solar panels. Scammers use misleading claims to grab your attention, blah, blah, blah. Real talk. Hey, thank you. I don't know why they talking about solar companies. That's because they have no idea about solar, neither one of them. Power system, you will not receive it. We're not talking about tax credits. No, Fish. You keep talking about solar companies, and I don't know a person around here, and Book is not even around here, and he's telling you on the mainland that he don't even deal with a damn solar company. Notice how he said blah, blah, blah. Who was he? How am I supposed to charge the solar without the sun? I can't move it. What I said, Catman, is the time of the year that you do have sun. I'd rather save money on my electric bill for part of the year than none of the year. That's the point I'm making to you. Real talk, Book. Don't know a damn, the Fish don't know a damn thing about solar. You probably can't even tell me what a damn inverter is. What's an inverter, Fish? Before I get my ass up out of here. What's an inverter? Let's see how fast he goes and let's see how fast he has to Google this one. That's a question for Mr. Fish. What is an inverter, Fish? It's taking you too long. It's taking you too long. Where you at, Fish? Where you at, Mr. Fish? Or number 3? I see number 3 bailed on you. These guys don't know what the hell they're talking about. Let me see here. As I say, solar panels are free. Claims that there are special. Do you hear this guy, Mr. Fish? This guy's still talking about going to a damn company. Fish, you sound like a damn fool. In Norway, electricity is a daily need for modern survival. Yeah, I never said not to have electricity. I said you can save on part of your bill if you use solar panels when the sun is out, Catman. That's what I'm saying. Don't sign immediately. Misleading information. Listen to this guy. Listen to this. In other words, Mr. Fish knows nothing about solar because he don't even know what a damn inverter is. Europe needs more nuclear power. Just build the solar panels yourself. Come on. Thank you, Schultz. And Schultz, I will be doing Colonel Klink today. I'm glad you came on here, Schultz. I was wondering. Yep, I'm paying Colonel Klink today. I'm about to get off of here right now. And look at that. Look at that Google. Let me get the hell out of here. Once again, I want to thank Book for moderating the best damn. Look at that damn long ass Google explanation. Yeah, that's today, Schultz. I gotta take a little break. I gotta handle something. But within the next hour or so, I'm gonna get started on that. Look at that damn Google explanation he just put over there. You in a damn dorm room. You don't know a damn thing. Real talk, Book. Let me get the hell out of here. Yeah, we're gonna do Colonel Klink today. Bro, I lived in Florida. You saying I don't have knowledge. You don't have you know nothing about solar. You keep talking about solar companies. Nobody use no damn solar company. When you seriously off grid in a remote location, who uses a damn solar company? You know, this ain't the offices of damn Google. Yes, bro, what I say isn't good for you. Let me get the hell out of here. I want to thank Book for moderating. The best damn moderator in the damn business. I want to thank everybody that made it rain. Who was that made it rain? Who was that? Boys? Oh, that was the egg. I think the egg made it rain. I appreciate that. And everybody that ran the jewels on me, I appreciate you. And I appreciate them likes, big homie. Let me get my ass up out of here. I'm going to take a little break, and then we're coming back with the Art Life and Colonel Klink. I see you, Zig and Zag, and I appreciate everybody that just showed up in here today, even if you didn't run the jewels. Everybody that commented and people that just sat back and listened for a little while. I appreciate all of you. Let me get out of here. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit the sub button. Y'all hit that follow button and hit that notification button. We coming back at you. Aloha and mahalo.